before there were gods, before there were names, before the first prayer was ever spoken, there was consequence, and something that remembered it. The ancients believed that nothing truly disappears. Not words, not actions, not blood spilled in silence. Tonight, we tell the story of a god who was never praised, never worshipped, and never forgiven. A god who did not rule, did not fight, and did not save the world. He only watched it end. This is a Whisper Tale. Welcome to WhisperTales AI, where ancient gods, forgotten myths, and buried truths rise again through story. These are not legends meant to comfort you. They are meant to be remembered. The Norse did not believe in eternal peace. They believed in cycles: birth, struggle, destruction, renewal. The universe itself was fragile, bound by fate, not mercy. At its center ruled Odin, who traded flesh for knowledge, and wisdom for sorrow. Thunder followed Thor, a god who protected order, but could never destroy chaos. And lurking between destiny and disaster was Loki, whose lies moved fate faster than any prophecy. These gods were known, but knowledge is not the same as truth. Long before Asgard rose, before the first war among gods, something else awakened, not from fire, not from ice, but from choice. When the first being chose ambition over harmony, when power was taken instead of shared, memory was born, and with it, the Watcher. He had no single form, no throne, no weapon. He existed only to observe what followed every choice. The Watcher could not intervene. That was the price of his existence. He saw the gods rise, and quietly recorded their flaws. He saw wisdom become pride, strength become cruelty, order become tyranny. When warriors prayed for victory, he saw widows yet unborn. When gods promised protection, he counted the broken oaths. Memory was not neutral, it was painful. The Watcher traveled freely between realms, not as a ruler, but as a witness. He walked the battlefields after silence fell. He stood where cities burned, and often he walked beside hell, not to judge the dead, but to remember who they were before death claimed them. Heroes fade quickly, consequences do not. For a time, the Watcher warned the gods, not in riddles, not in prophecy, in truth. He told them Ragnarök was not destiny alone. It was accumulation. Every ignored warning, every needless war, every lie told to preserve power. The gods listened, and then they turned away. The Watcher was never banished. He was erased. His name was removed from stories, his presence ignored, and belief, the lifeblood of gods, faded. A god who is not remembered becomes something else, something quieter, something far more dangerous. When Ragnarök finally came, it did not feel sudden, felt overdue. The sky darkened, the sun vanished, fire swallowed oceans, gods fell screaming. The Watcher did not help them. He stood beyond the ruins of Asgard, and remembered who caused what. And when the last scream faded, he remained. When the world was reborn, the old gods were gone, but memory survived. The Watcher became the echo of the old world, woven into time itself. He no longer needed belief. History would do the work for him. Perhaps the Watcher is not ancient. Perhaps he watches us now. Empires rise, wars begin, promises are broken, and memory records everything. Not to punish, but to endure. The Watcher was never meant to be loved. He was meant to remain, because when gods fall, when worlds burn, something must remember why. This has been a Whisper Tale. If forgotten gods and ancient truths call to you, subscribe to WhisperTales AI. And remember, history is always watching.